Welcome to this Ginan tutorial on using Ginan with Docker, which will support you using Ginan, Geoscience Australia's GNSS processing toolkit. I am Jamie and I am one of the developers in the Ginan team. Ginan was developed as part of the Positioning Australia program. You can read more about Positioning Australia on the Geoscience Australia website www.ga.gov.au. This tutorial is part of a series that covers how to find, download, build, install, and use Ginan. This video is about installing Ginan using the Docker containerization platform. Docker is a tool that simplifies the process of building, developing, running, managing, and distributing applications. It achieves this by virtualizing the operating system of the computer on which it is installed and run. Ginan developers built a Docker image that contains all the necessary libraries with appropriate versions to run our software. The Ginan Docker image is available from Docker Hub, which is a repository of Docker images. In this video, we will go through how to pull our Docker image and run it using Docker. To use our image, we will first have to install Docker. The installation of Docker differs with the operating system. Our demo will be on Ubuntu 18.04 or later. We first need to update our packages, for example, by running apt. We can install the Docker engine by installing the docker.io package. In my system, I already have Docker installed. If your system does not have it, it may take a couple of minutes. Then we will need to include the root user and the current user to the Docker group by running the usermod command. You may need to log out and back in for the permission to take effect. To verify that the Docker engine is installed correctly, we are going to run the Hello World image. If you get something like this, it means we are on track. Now, to pull the Ginan Docker image into your system, run the docker pull command. It will take a couple of minutes to download that image to our operating system. To check whether we have that image, we run the command docker images, where we can see both Hello World and Ginan images. We also can see the size of the images. To run our Docker image, we need to run the command docker run. The command docker run will create a Docker container inside our operating system, and we can see a bash prompt here. Inside this container, Ginan is already installed with the executables. You can check the availability of Ginan executables by running help command. Now, since it is a container, the outputs would also be generated inside the container. So after quitting the container, they will be lost too. In order to be able to save our output in the host machine, we can use the option -v when we run the command docker run. This will create a volume inside the container and map it to a folder of your choice in the host machine. In this case, this command will create a folder named Ginan in our home folder, and we can save our outputs to this folder when it is produced. To run the example tests for the executable called P, which is the parameter estimation algorithm module, we need to run the p-test script, where the test number is 1. Currently, there are 8 tests defined in that script, so our number would have to be between 1 and 8. To run the pod examples, which is the precise orbit determination module, run the pod test script where there are 6 tests. It takes a while to run. Now that it has finished running, to view the results, we can go to the folder ex11 in the examples folder where we have the trace files and the CX file. We want to move the results to the volume we have mounted. Now, when we leave the container, we can go to the folder Ginan and see that our generated files are still there. All the steps and commands used in this video are available in the notes section below the video. And please watch the next video that contains examples which define the various capabilities of Ginan.